Welcome today to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting held virtually on July 9th here at 5 p.m. We have our meeting currently called to order, and we do have a quorum sufficient to do business. I will have Renee at this time go through the normal formalities of who's on the call with us. And when she does call your name, just please respond by present. And then also
has joined the conference.
So I'll let you, Renee, go through what you need to do also for the community involvement if necessary for those that are citizens.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. The public is invited to attend. The Board of Public Works and Safety may impose reasonable restrictions on the number of attendees to control audience density in consideration of the existing COVID-19 national emergency. The public may participate remotely by dialing 463-777-8704 and entering the following participation code, 355410. If you would like to provide comments remotely, you may email them to rrafala@cityoflawrence.org. And for roll call, Doug Reeser.
Present.
Sean Wright Browner. Mark Clark.
Present.
Present.
Thank you.
Are there others present? Renee?
Yes, sir.
Joined us?
Yeah, in person is myself and Sri Venugopalan, which is our city engineer. We have the city attorney present virtually, Ashley Hopper, and our city controller, Jason Fenwick, also virtually present.
All right. Having heard those, welcome to all those that are in attendance today. I am going to go right into the minutes of the regular meeting on June 25th, 2020. Are there any corrections or deletions to those minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
By Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mrs. Browner. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye, and we'll do it in roll call format. Renee, if you'll call the roll
Doug
on the
Reeser.
vote. Aye.
Sean Wright Browner.
Aye.
Mark Clark.
Aye.
Thank you.
The regular minutes are approved 3-0. So that will be noted in our minutes for next time. Unfinished business, there's none before the board today. We'll go directly into new business. Item A is a recommendation for Harmon Way Reconstruction Contract Award to Midwest Paving. We'll open this up for any comments or questions at this time.
So this is Sri. I'm going to give you just a little bit background on this project and how we ended up with the proposed recommendation. So this is the second project that's coming out of our CCMG 2020 funds that we got approved through INDOT. So Harmon Way is...
We cannot hear
They
you.
can't hear you, Sri. Do you want to come up here? I turned it on, but it must not be because we're virtual.
So just a little bit background on the project and how we came to this recommendation. Harmon Way is the second project that's coming out of the CCMG 2020 funds. The project was bid last Thursday, July the 2nd, and we got 6 bidders, and all of those bidders were way under our engineer's estimate and are under our budget. So we opened the bid in our the same room here in the government center, and we opened the bids and read it out loud. Several of the contractors were present at that time, and then the engineer took all the bids back and did a detailed review of the bids, make sure that all the documentations were there, and based on their recommendation, There, we are recommending Midwest Paving as the lowest responsible and responsible bidder. So I'm asking the board to approve this recommendation and also to enter into a contract with Midwest Paving for a total amount of $444,655.11.
Okay, other questions?
I know there were 8 bids. I think I'm trying to do this from my phone, so I apologize.
Six
Do they
bids.
ever get an opportunity to go back and rebid or anything? Is that a past practice?
This is actually, we got 6 bids, and that's pretty decent amount of bids we got. Last year we were only getting 1 or 2 bids. This year, 6 bids, it's more than what we thought we were gonna get with the construction
Okay.
out there.
Hello?
Hello?
Were there any other questions about what Sri presented?
Yeah, we got a little static this time in the background. Hearing no other questions, is there a motion to approve the recommendation for Harmon Way Reconstruction Award with Midwest Paving?
And
Motion to approve.
to enter into
By
contract.
Mrs. Browner, is there a second?
Do we need to approve it as the lowest, most responsive bid? That's what,
Yes, and that's what the recommendation letter does say, is that they're the lowest responsible and responsive. So it would be appropriate to include that language in your motion.
And we also want a motion
We can
to enter into a contract too, and approve the recommendation and enter into the contract, just like we did last time.
If you would just,
Okay, let's,
Ms. Brown,
if we
I
may,
would, yeah.
if we may back up then, and we have a motion currently on the table by Mrs. Browner. Would you like to adopt the language that our city legal has put forth and our city engineer, Mrs. Browner?
Yes, motion to approve the additional language.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, actually to add to the current motion.
Yes.
And now, is there a second to kind of the amended motion?
I second the amended motion to approve the lowest, most responsive contract for Midwest Paving.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. And having heard that, are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote for this recommendation and motion.
Doug Reeser,
Aye.
Sean Wright Browner,
Aye.
Mark Clark.
I approve.
Thank you.
Motion carries 3-0, so that item is approved. We'll go to item B, a recommendation for 2020 strip patching contract award to Preferred Asphalt.
Okay, this is.
We'll open the floor for discussion or comments.
I'll make a few comments on this. So this is our annual 2020 strip patching contract. Since this was under $150,000, we didn't have to bid this out. We only had to get it to 3 contractors to get quotes. So we did send this out to 3 different contractors, and we gave them 8 days to give us a quote. 2 of them responded back. The 2 that were responded one was Preferred Asphalt for $131,309.72. The second one was from Baumgartner. Their total amount was $136,631.70. So based on the review, we are recommending that the quote be awarded to Preferred Asphalt for $131,309.72.
And
Okay.
may I just clarify, this is Ashley Hopper. It was a little difficult to hear, but Sheree, did you say that you did solicit quotes and they were open at a public meeting?
I'm sorry, Ashley, I should have said that. Yes, the quotes were opened this Monday at 3 o'clock in this same room. It was opened. There was only one contractor present. It was opened and read loud. Both the quotes were read loud. Yeah, it was open in a public setting.
Okay, and you received 2 quotes, and the other one was from whom?
Baumgartner.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And could you just explain why, that wasn't open in front of the, Public Works Board?
I think it, yes, Ashley, go ahead, please.
Okay, I heard my name, so I think I can answer that. The statute requires that the quotes or bids have to be open at a public meeting. It doesn't specify that it has to be open at a public Board of Works meeting. It just has to be a meeting that's open to the public, and the bids have to be read aloud. And so all notices, Sheree has confirmed that all notices were done, and the meeting where the bids or quotes were received was a meeting that was open to the public, and the bids or quotes were read aloud at that meeting. So the statute just requires that it has to be at a meeting that's open to the public.
And to add to that, the reason why we are doing this is to save some time. So basically, like you know, we opened it on Monday, we reviewed it, and today we are here to recommend, for your approval to award the contract, rather than opening it today and waiting for 2 weeks from now to award the contract. So this is saving us some time, buying us some time too, especially when we are towards the end of, middle of summer.
Okay, thank you.
Have you have any additional comments or questions? Hearing none, item B is before us, recommendation for the 2020 strip patching contract awards to Preferred Asphalt. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. There's a lot of background noise. If someone could mute maybe their phone. Motion to approve.
So we have a motion to approve. I don't know if I can do anything about the static, but, or the background noise. We have a motion to approve on the table. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mrs. Brown. Are there questions on the motion?
No, you must be somewhere fun, Doug.
No, I'm hearing the noise as well. I'm just battling through it. I feel like I'm at a football game, but here we are. We just had this first time we've had this, I guess, technical difficulty, we'll call it. We have the motion. We'll have now the vote, and we'll have Renee call roll call vote.
Doug Reeser,
Aye.
Sean Wright Browner,
Aye.
and Mark Clark.
I approve.
Thank you.
Motion carries 3-0. And I don't have the new agenda before me, so Renee, if you will read item C, I would appreciate it, and then we'll receive any comments from Mr. Fenwick or Ashley Hopper.
Okay, item C is the approval of lease financing terms for ambulance purchase.
Okay, the floor is open to discussion on this. Are there any comments?
If you'd like, I'll just give you some quick, so the Board of Works approved the purchase of a new ambulance, I believe in December, and the ambulance is scheduled to be delivered in the next week or so. And similarly to what we've done in the past with other ambulance purchases, we do a municipal lease financing for that. And so what we're asking the board to approve are the not to exceed terms of that lease financing, which would be for an amount not to exceed $260,000. The term of the lease would be no longer than 5 years. and the maximum annual payment under that lease would be no more than $60,000 a year. And as I mentioned, I know we have, I think it was in 2018, we purchased 2 ambulances and did a lease financing on those as well. And just to clarify as well, that the lease financing is such that we will pay this off over a 5-year period, and then we do own the ambulance at the end of the 5-year period.
Okay, other questions?
Nope.
Hearing none, item C is the lease financial terms for the new ambulance that is before us. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
By Mrs. Browner. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Clark. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, Renee, again, roll call vote, please.
Doug Reeser,
Aye.
Sean Wright Browner,
Aye.
Mark Clark.
Aye. Approved.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 for the lease financial terms that are before us and for the new ambulance. And the ambulance will be the city's in 5 years, so good job. So that's item C, and that is all the new business before us today. Comments of administration? I don't hear any, so we'll move to citizens' comments. Not aware if anybody's on the line with us. I don't think, we have somebody on our line, but it's pretty noisy. I don't know if it's citizens, but we'll move to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
By Mr. Clark, second.
Second.
By Mrs. Browner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hey, we are adjourned. Thanks for attending.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good week.